When your man wins the lottery, you think your life is about to get better. Mine. It ended up on TikTok, with strangers calling me a gold digger, and my ex telling people I deserved it. I never thought I'd be here, living out of a suitcase, sleeping on my best friend's lumpy couch, trying not to cry in her bathroom at 2 a.m. while her toddler sleeps in the next room. I used to post brunch photos with captions like, booked and busy, and tag Marcus in couple goals reels with sparkly filters. Now, I scroll through my own Instagram like I'm stalking a stranger who used to be me. The worst part is, I thought I had it all figured out. Marcus and I had been together for 3 years. He wasn't flashy, but he was solid. Steady. The type of guy who shows up. When I got laid off during the pandemic, he paid my rent without blinking. When my mom had surgery, he drove her to every follow-up appointment. He never complained. He just handled things. And I let him. Honestly, I expected it. That's what men are supposed to do, right? Provide. Support. Protect. I never saw anything wrong with leaning on him. I just figured we were building something. That we'd get there together. Then one day, he scratched a ticket at the gas station like he always did, and won $200,000. Just like that. No big celebration. No champagne. Just a quiet smile and a damn. Guess I finally got lucky. Lucky. He thought he got lucky. But I was the one who'd been there through everything. I was the one who told him to never throw away those scratchers. I was the one who hyped him up every time he lost. So when he won, of course I thought we won. That it meant something for both of us. I started picturing vacations in the Maldives, moving out of our cramped apartment, maybe a little ring box with my name on it. Instead, he started acting weird. Quiet. Calculating. Like he was suddenly guarding the money like it might run away. Like I was just optional. And that's when I made the worst mistake of my life. But I'll get to that. Because before I blew up my entire world with 12 little words, I really thought this money was going to save us. Turns out, it was the fuse that lit everything on fire. After the shock wore off, I was buzzing. Like, my brain was already planning our soft launch into rich people problems. I started making Pinterest boards for our future condo, Googling resorts in Santorini, mentally upgrading my wardrobe from Zara to Zimmermann. I even followed those couples on YouTube who post what I spend in a day living in Dubai, like I was about to join the club. It wasn't even about the money. Not really. It was about the shift. The possibility. I thought this was our breakthrough. But Marcus. He got weird. At first I thought he was just overwhelmed. That kind of money can mess with your head. But then he started talking about saving. Not for a vacation. Not for a down payment. Just saving. Then came talk of investments, long-term plans, generational wealth, and, get this, helping his mom pay off her mortgage. I mean, I love his mom. She's great. But where was our moment? I didn't say anything outright, not yet, but I dropped hints. I'd show him luxury listings on Zillow and say, can't you see us there? Or leave tabs open with those handbags I always wanted. But he just smiled and said, maybe one day. One day. We had the money now. And I couldn't shake this voice in my head. He wouldn't even have bought that ticket if I didn't push him to. I told him not to throw away the gas station ones. I made it a game. We're a team, right? So why does he suddenly act like it's his money? That's when I started talking to friends. Some told me to chill. That I should be grateful he wasn't blowing it on watches or sports cars. But others. They told me to be smart. One friend even said, men switch up when money gets involved. Lock it down before he does. That got in my head. I started watching how he moved. He stopped holding my hand in public. Barely touched me when we sat on the couch. He spent more time in his office, making spreadsheets and watching finance YouTubers instead of cuddling like we used to. And he stopped saying, we. It became, I'm thinking of. I need to figure out. I might put this much aside. I don't know when exactly it shifted, but I felt it deep in my gut. Like something sacred was slipping through my fingers, and I had to grab it before it was gone. So yeah. I started thinking maybe I did deserve a bigger share. Maybe love wasn't enough if I was about to get left behind. It was a Tuesday night. Nothing special. He was sitting at the kitchen table with his laptop open, typing numbers into some budgeting spreadsheet. I was standing behind him, arms crossed, heart pounding in my chest. I didn't plan to say it. It just spilled out. Give me 75%. You wouldn't even have that ticket if it wasn't for me. He froze mid-keystroke, slowly turned to face me like he hadn't just heard the dumbest thing in the world. Come again. I said, I repeated, calmer this time, like it made it more rational, I want 75%. I gave you that ticket. I've been by your side for 3 years. I made sacrifices. You gave me that ticket, he cut in, his voice low but sharp. As a gift. On your way back from brunch. You literally said, maybe it'll make you rich enough to finally propose. And you said we'd do something special if you ever won. He stood up, staring at me like I was a stranger. You think I owe you 3/4 of a lottery win? Are you serious right now? You don't think I deserve it? I fired back. Everything we've been through. All the times I held you down emotionally, all the birthdays I planned, the holidays I made special. He laughed, but there was no humor in it. Just exhaustion. Kayla, I paid your rent for almost a year. I covered every single date, even when I was broke. I cooked, cleaned, supported you through job after job you quit. And now I get lucky, and you want to cash out like you were invested stock. I don't know what I expected. A compromise. A little apology. A hug. Instead, he said, if this is how you see me, just a payout, then maybe we're not really partners. I felt something in me snap. Then maybe I should leave. He looked at me, not with anger, but calm resignation. If that's what you want. I packed my things like it was a power move. Slammed drawers. Grabbed my overnight bag like I'd be back by the weekend. I walked out the door certain he'd call. That I'd get a text saying, come home. Let's talk. But the silence was deafening. The next morning, I tried to message him, nothing. Tried to send a Cash App request, just to see if it'd go through. Blocked. Phone. Straight to voicemail. Instagram. Gone. Facebook. Blocked. Even LinkedIn. He'd wiped me out of his life like I was a spam email. And just like that, I went from the love of his life, to a cautionary tale. At first, I told myself he was being childish. I texted my friends like I was unbothered. Can you believe this man blocked me? He's acting like I asked for his kidney, not a cut of our money. I was staying on my friend Alana's couch at the time. She gave me wine, nodded when I ranted, even offered to help me write an email that sounded mature but powerful. I kept saying Marcus was just having a little ego trip and he'd come around once he cooled off. But 2 days later, Alana came into the living room holding her phone with her mouth hanging open. Is this about you? She turned the screen toward me. It was a TikTok. Marcus's face filled the screen, looking fresh, beard trimmed, in a new hoodie I'd never seen before. The caption hit me like a truck, when your girl demands 75% of your lottery winnings and leaves you when you say no. So you upgrade your life without her. I tried calling him from a new number a week later. It rang. Once. Twice. Then. Hello. My heart jumped into my throat. Marcus. It's me. Silence. Then his voice, cold and flat. What do you want, Kayla? I want to talk. Like adults. Please. He sighed. Not angry, just done. You left. I had to. You were shutting me out. He chuckled, bitter. You said, give me 75% or we're done. That's not shutting someone out. That's an ultimatum. I just let you walk. I tried to reason, explain, apologize. He wouldn't have any of it. You made your choice, he said. And for what it's worth. Thank you. That win showed me exactly what I needed to see. Click. Just like that, he was gone again. I hung up and stared at the wall, feeling like someone had slammed a door on my chest. I wanted to scream. Instead, I opened TikTok and immediately regretted it. There it was, again. A meme going viral. A clip of Marcus from that first video, stitched with the audio from a birthday video I had recorded months earlier. My voice, bright and teasing, echoing in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Maybe it'll make you rich enough to finally propose. Followed by a jump cut to Marcus dancing in front of a new car, smiling with a champagne bottle. The comments were vicious. Bro dodged a walking red flag. She gave him the ticket and the motivation. Talk about fumbling the whole bag. Then came the final twist. A mutual friend messaged me out of nowhere. Girl, did you know Marcus is seeing someone? A nurse. Apparently they've known each other for years. She helped his mom when she was sick. A few scrolls later, I found her. Lena. Cute. Natural. Not flashy. The opposite of me. They were already soft launching their relationship, beach photos, coffee shop dates, tagged at a new LLC Marcus had just opened. A boutique business. Funded, no doubt, by that money. My money, or at least it felt like it. But legally, it never was. The scratch-off ticket had been in a birthday gift pack I gave him, wedged between socks and a bottle of cologne. I hadn't registered it. Didn't sign it. Didn't even take a photo. Nothing to prove it was mine. And now that one line, that dumb little joke, maybe it'll make you rich enough to finally propose, was everywhere. Reposted, remixed, auto-tuned. I had handed him his glow-up, tied with a bow and a joke. And now the whole internet was laughing, with him. Not me. I thought I was being smart. I really did. I thought I was securing my future. Standing up for myself. Making sure I wasn't forgotten once the money rolled in. I thought I was being fair. But in trying to control everything, I lost the only person who ever really had my back. Marcus wasn't perfect. But he was steady. He showed up. He loved me in ways I didn't even notice until he stopped. And I threw that away, not because I didn't care, but because I thought I deserved more than just love. Now, I'm working retail again. Folding jeans and smiling through people yelling about expired coupons. I'm crashing with my cousin after Alana asked me to leave, said she needed her space back, which was fair. I've overstayed in a lot of places lately. And every now and then, between shifts, I scroll TikTok and see him. Marcus. Smiling. Thriving. Launching his business with that nurse, his girl now. They look good together. Peaceful. Real. He's living the life I dreamed about, just not with me. I used to cry when I saw those videos. Now, I just scroll past. I'm not angry anymore. Just tired. Tired of trying to spin the narrative. Tired of pretending I was the victim. Tired of living with the kind of regret you can't really talk about out loud, because everyone already saw the ending, and they've already picked sides. And honestly, I don't blame them. What I did wasn't evil. But it wasn't loving either. It came from fear, of being left behind, of being used up, of missing my one shot. But the irony is, that fear made me do exactly what I was afraid of. I turned love into a negotiation, turned loyalty into leverage. And once I did that, I wasn't his partner anymore. I was just another person trying to take something from him. So if you're watching this, and you think you'd have done what I did, asked for more, pushed for control, maybe ask yourself why. Are you trying to be secure? Or are you trying to own something that was never yours to begin with? Because greed doesn't always look like greed. Sometimes, it wears the face of fairness. And by the time you realize the difference, you might already be the villain in your own story.